Blessings, beautiful beings, and welcome. My name is Gianna, and usually I jump on this space, on this platform, to share a little oracle card reading or maybe some sound healing. But today I'm sharing something a little bit different, and it's actually the whole entire foundation of the work that I actually do. So I'm here in my gorgeous healing space. I have crystal bowls, crystals, oracle cards, all those like really fun stuff that we can use as tools to support us on our healing journey. However, today, I really want to talk about the deeper stuff, which, like I said, is the foundation and the basis of the whole entire work that happens in this gorgeous room. This room has held so many stories, so much power. And today, what I want to share with you is a little bit more of the work that happens here. And I want to dive in today to talk about inner child healing. This is what I do most of in my counseling sessions, and I want to just start to talk about it. So I want to use this platform now to start sharing a lot more of this work because it is so powerful. It's the most powerful work that I've ever sat with somebody else with. It's the most powerful work that I have done myself on myself. It's really just the gift that keeps giving. So if you really want to heal, if you really want to get to the core of what's happening within you, this is the key. This is the major 100% key to practice that is going to get the greatest results that I have witnessed in other people, and I have also been able to practice myself over the years, and it's really such a beautiful practice, the inner child connection. So let's dive in. Where shall I start? I'm just gonna really open my channel to the guidance and the wisdom from the angels, but at the same time, that's something that I always call in, is that support of my angels and my team. At the same time, this is really grounded information. So this is, this is not even spiritual wisdom. This is healing therapy 101, working with the inner child. So let's dive in. I'm just going to open that channel within myself just to see what wants to come through, the most important piece to teach about this. Okay, so here we go. We are human beings having a human experience. So right off the bat, I want you to know that you are only human. And I say only human, like that's like no thing. You are an incredible, amazing human being having this incredibly powerful human experience as the conscious adult that is walking this earth. Okay, so most of us here that are probably listening are going to be, not children. We're probably adults listening to this conversation, and each one of us has a sweet, beautiful, innocent inner child within us, screaming out for our attention, screaming out for our love, for our safety, for our trust, all of the things that you were not, or that were not provided for you as a child. Okay, so every single one of us here in this world, walking this earth, has an inner child wounding, or I don't like the word wound so much, but we have some unhealed pain or trauma. Everybody has it. Like if you don't have it, then maybe you're not human. But each of us have an experience. We live in this plane on this earth, right? Things happen. So each of us have had something happen to us in our past, whether, it was like an injury or maybe abandonment from somebody, a breakup, right? You've had your heart broken, right, by now, okay? Because you're a human on earth, and if you're not a human, then you probably wouldn't feel this, but you're human. So we feel everything, all of the feelings and emotions of the rainbow. These things shape us usually between the ages of 0 to 10 years old, right? They're the most prevalent years of your life. And we can even bring, when you're in your mom's belly, into it. In utero, 0 to 10 years old, right? So when you're in the belly, we can pick up things from our mom, from our dad. We can hear everything from the outside world. It's already starting to happen, the conditioning. Then we're born, and through those stages, that's why we call it the inner child, something traumatic has happened. It doesn't have to be like something like a kidnapping or abuse or something like that. Most of the time, it can just be something like maybe parents were working a lot, so therefore you had to take on the role of the parent for your siblings, right? So you kind of didn't have a childhood because you were the parent taking care. So you may have had a lost childhood or a missed childhood or something. Maybe you were the child taking care of the parent. How maybe your parents got divorced and you felt abandoned by one of them or both of them. Maybe there was abuse that happened. Okay, so you can see the pattern, like something happened. It could literally be anything that left a stamp on yourself, right? This is called the core wounding. And like I said, I'm not a big fan of the wound, but it is a wound. So this is the core pain that caused something. So it could be abandonment, it could be abuse, it could be lost childhood. The list goes on, and those are a few of the most regular ones that I want to bring up. And this creates an unhealed situation within this little child, okay? And because of this now, this creates what we call the core story that was created from it. So I will use myself as an example right now and share with you. This was something that I discovered on my journey. It took me a long time to speak very freely about it, but as a child, I was abused by my step-grandfather. And because of that, I felt very unsafe in the world. Now, keep in mind, I was very young at this age. So it's not something that I consciously was like, as a 2 or 3-year-old, like, oh, okay, well, I'm just going to like, you know, create a pattern out of this and this is what happened. No, I didn't know what happened. I was too young to even understand it. So my subconscious programmed that any masculine that comes near me is unsafe. Okay, so I now go out into the world. This happened at a very young age, and because I felt very unsafe, other stories developed from that, and they go a little bit like, well, if I'm unsafe, I wasn't protected, then I mustn't be enough. Maybe I'm not worthy enough to be safe. Maybe I'm not worthy enough to feel protected. And also, the little one, my little one, knew that this energy was not right. It didn't feel right. And so I went out into the world now feeling unsafe, unworthy, unlovable, unprotected, not enough. And then these feelings, these beliefs about myself, unconsciously or subconsciously, now start to control my world. Okay, so every relationship I get in, I feel unsafe. Every friendship I meet, I feel not enough. Every career choice I choose, not good enough, not worthy, not lovable, right? So all of these beliefs stemmed from the one core thing that happened for me, which was abuse. Everybody has a different one, okay? So just keep in mind, just because that was what happened in my story, it doesn't mean that that's what happened in your story, but this is where the healing begins. So this is where the work happens and where we start. Did I know I was abused when I started getting mentoring and going through this process of healing? No. I just wanted to understand why my patterns with men were so unhealthy. And then the memories started to come through when I felt safe enough with my mentor, with a guide to be there to, explain it, to hold space for it, to work with me through it. Then and only then I could bring this radical acceptance to it. But that's, that took work, that took time. Okay. Let's move on to the process of the inner child. When somebody comes into me and they are holding a belief of something, that's where I want to start to ask questions. Okay, so the first question that I am going to ask anybody in a session who is ready to fully go deep and dive in is to tell me about your childhood. Tell me a little bit about your childhood. What was your relationship like with your mom? What was your relationship like with your dad? And we just start to peel the layers away, just like beautiful rose petals, one petal at a time. It takes time. And really, you're the one who's doing the work. So the process would be, tell me about your childhood. And has this issue that you've come in with, so for example, they come in with that issue of like, I don't know why I want to leave my partner, I want to run every time. This is going to give me some, idea that maybe there is abandonment. Somebody who wants to leave a relationship or is always being left is holding this belief of abandonment, maybe without even knowing. Okay, so usually if that were the case, remember this is just an example, it's a very common one, abandonment. I would 100% usually find out that in their childhood they felt abandoned in some way. So therefore they're now carrying this belief into each scenario of their life, every situation. They're going to either run, they're going to do the runner, or they're going to be the one abandoned. Again, the cycle keeps happening until we bring awareness to it. So therefore, if that were the case, we go into the inner child process. I'm going to do that with you right now. And feel free to post any questions that you might have, comments or questions, so I can answer anything for you. But let's go into the process. So the process now would look like, okay, just close your eyes with me for a moment. Let's take some deep breaths in together. Just know that you are safe in this space. Big breath into the belly, big breath into the chest. And big exhale, just let it go. Let's take a few more breaths just like that, breathing into the belly, breathing into the chest, and let that exhale just fall out. Just keep breathing just like that, tuning in. And just start to feel into maybe something that you're holding onto today. Maybe it's a belief about yourself. Maybe it's the not good enough, not worthy enough, not lovable enough, not smart enough. Whatever it is for you, just let that come through. that belief, and just be gentle with yourself. No judgment here. There's no judgment. Just see what comes through in that belief. What is it that you believe to be true about yourself today? On the negative side. Okay, so is it whatever you're not good enough at, or maybe that's just the whole story, not being enough. I'll never be loved. I'm not lovable. I make the worst choices. I make the worst decisions. I'm just rattling off some things to evoke that awareness within you. What's your story? Be gentle. And once you have that story, you can pause the video if you need until you come to that space and then come back. But if you're ready and you know what your story is, just say it out loud. It's okay, it's a safe space. And what you're doing is you're just acknowledging it. You're just acknowledging that that is a story that lives in your field, that doesn't serve you. It doesn't serve you to constantly beat yourself up in this way, to tell yourself this story of not enoughness or whatever it is for you. And just sit with that. Where do you feel it in the body? Say it out loud and then breathe into that place, breathe into that space. And I'm doing some energy work right now from here. Just know that there's no law between time and space. Energy can travel anywhere. So I'm holding this space for you. I'm sending out that white light of healing and protection, keeping you perfectly safe and protected as you feel into this very, very deep, deep core feeling, emotion. All right, so when we have that story, you're gonna ask yourself, where else in my life have I felt this? Where else in my life have I felt this way? And see where it takes you. Does it take you back to maybe teenage years? Does it take you into a childhood space? What memory comes to you when you feel into this negative belief? Where did this stem from? How far back can you remember feeling this way? And once that image comes to you of where this may have started or how far back you remember it, just identify the age that is coming to you. What age? Okay, and so when you're with the inner child at whatever age, maybe it's an inner teenager first. It was for me for a long time. I couldn't access my inner child because I had a lot of trauma in my teenage years. I had to deal with that first before I could even get to the core. So just know, if there's no inner child coming, there may be an inner teenager there, or an inner 20-year-old. Those years that can be kind of challenging. So when you receive that image of yourself, be with them, with her, or with him, with them. Place your hands on your body and just make that connection with that sweet, sweet, younger self of yours. Notice what they're wearing. Notice their shoes. Notice their face. Notice their eyes. This is you. This is your younger self. I want you to just be with them in this moment. However you can, maybe if it's a child, you just jump on your lap and you just wrap your big wings around them and hold them so tight and just spend a moment with them. at this age has come to you for a reason. There's healing that needs to happen here. And so be gentle. And this can be a very emotional process. So if feelings and emotions are coming up right now, that is completely normal. Remember that you are safe in this moment. And now I want for you to ask this sweet angel at this age how they're feeling. What are they holding right now? What emotions? What's happening in this sweet angel's world right now? What feelings come up? Just let them come up. Let them speak to you. The child holds the key. The younger version of yourself holds the key. What's happening with them right now? How are they feeling? Receive their emotions. Don't try to fix it or change it. Just listen to them. They want to be heard by you, the conscious adult. And so just gather the information on how they're feeling. Just listen. You can even say, I hear you, I see you. And the next step is now, is this reparenting step, this repatterning, where we get to shift the story from that little child. And so just listen, what does the child need to hear from you right now? Just simple words that maybe no one was there to say to you when you were that age. What do they need to hear from you? Maybe it could be as simple as you are safe. We're not trying to fix it or analyze it or change it. We're just letting them know whatever it is that helps them to feel safe in your arms, to know that they have you. And so you can speak back to them out loud or in your mind, in your heart. Speak those words to sweet inner child at whatever age they are. And just notice what emotion may come up when you speak to them, when you share these words with them. And let that emotion just flow out. Let the tears roll if they're coming out. Take those deep breaths in. Really be with yourself at that younger age. She needs you, or he needs you, they need you. And just stay with that for a few moments. Deep breaths in with your inner child together, just holding them, breathing, letting them know whatever it is that helps them to feel safe. Maybe it just simply is, you're safe. I am with you. And then you let them know whenever they need you, that you are here for them. So whenever you feel triggered, whenever you feel a big burst of deep emotion, that's the inner child. That's them calling out to you. Be with them, go to them, hold them, listen to them. What do they need to hear from you, this conscious adult? And just know that you can show up to this space whenever you want, whenever you need. This is your sacred space with the inner child. To be able to go back to them to reparent them, to give them the love and support and safety that maybe they did not have as a child. You are the one. And just know that that inner child is within you at all times. Give them a big hug, a big kiss, any final last words. Let them know whenever they need you, you're here. Take a deep breath in. And gently, gently come back to the space. Come back to the room, opening the eyes, taking a big stretch of the arms up above. And that is the sweet inner child process that you can use at any time to come back to yourself and find the answers within. The child holds the key. We're not fixing anything, changing anything, analyzing anything. We are just simply showing up for that part of ourself, or part of ourselves that feels afraid, that feels lonely, that feels scared, that feels unlovable, that feels not enough, unworthy, abandoned, didn't get the childhood. Okay, so if any of that resonates with you, I encourage you, I invite you to come back to this video as much as you can, fast forward it straight to the inner child meditation, what we just did, that connection. Guide yourself to her until you get used to this being a practice every day to your trigger. When you're triggered, you go to the child. How can I support you? How can I love you right now? Show me how to support you right now. Yourself. And that is what we mean by you have all of the answers within you. The child has all of the answers within you. All you need to do is slow down, listen to those triggers when they show up. Close your eyes, breathe. Ask yourself, what is happening right now? What feelings am I feeling? What emotions am I feeling? Where do I hold them in the body? Let's breathe into it. Breathe into those areas. And then we connect with the child and we listen to them. And all you need to do is say, how are you feeling? How are you feeling? And you will hear the answers. And you just listen and you say, I hear you. I see you. Your feelings are valid. I love you. You are safe. And whatever else it is that they need to hear from you, the conscious adult who is walking this earth with all of this childhood pain and trauma, they need you to be there for them. What a gift. What an incredible process to go through. The more that you practice this, the more that your stories, internal stories and beliefs about yourself will shift into those stories of compassion, of unconditional love for yourself. The more you do this for yourself, the more that you will have compassion for the people that surround you, because you will see that we all just have a little inner child within us that needs healing, that needs support. So no more abandoning yourself, no more running away. When we are feeling the trigger, go inward. Go inward. The answers are all within yourself. This is such a beautiful practice that has changed my life, shifted my life in ways that I cannot even begin to imagine. I healed relationships with family members, with parts of my life that I held regret over, that I held shame over, that I held fear over still. It was controlling my life and I didn't want it to anymore. I wanted to find a way to take responsibility and accountability for the way that I showed up in the world, and this was my medicine. And I've seen it happen. I've guided many, many people through this process in my sessions. And the more that we practice it, it's not like a pill that you're going to take where you're like, do it one time, there we go. Nothing is like that anyway. If you go to the gym one time, you're not going to get ripped. You got to keep going to do that, right? If you want to lose weight, you got to continue each day to put nutritious food, healthy food in your body. If you want to learn another language, you don't just read one book and learn it. You practice it, right? Things are a practice. Yoga practice, not yoga perfect, okay? So this takes time. This takes time and practice. I would recommend doing this process every single day in your meditation. If you are just starting your healing journey, feel free to schedule a session with me. We can go through this process. We can go even deeper, but I'm going to keep posting these videos as they come through because the inner child work is my purpose here in life. It's what I'm meant to be doing as much as I possibly can. And I'm like, I can't believe I didn't start creating these videos a long time ago. I've been doing this work for over 10 years now, and it's only just come to me now that I'm like, why are you not using your platforms to talk about this so much? And I think right now also with what is happening in the world, with the human trafficking and things like that with children, we need to protect the children, and we need to protect our children, and we need to look into what happened to us as children so that we can protect our own children moving forward from any of this stuff. And so I am here for you. This is my favorite work to do out of anything that I do. I teach Reiki, I teach sound healing, I am a Reiki practitioner in here, and literally those things are beautiful, and they're tools. They're tools that will help support us on the healing journey, but the getting to the core of the work is the inner child. The more people that are doing this and practicing this work, the more the world can be more of a peaceful place, more of a compassionate place, more of a loving place, because we will gain a lot more compassion in our hearts by connecting with our inner child. So thank you for listening. I hope that you really got something out of this video. Please leave a comment or ask any questions. I would be happy to respond. And yeah, I'm here for this journey. This is the work that I am so passionate about. Please reach out. I'm going to pop my website below. You can email me or contact me with any other questions if you don't want to post them here. And I look forward to just being that support for you on your journey. Okay.